Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another pre-market broadcast with myself, Sam, and Team RU. I hope everyone is well. It is the 24th of June. Yes, June. This is going to be the last week of June. We might have one day next week. I'll have to do the maths on that in a sec. Just before we get started, please do me a favor. Most people don't, but I know you listening, you'll be different. Please hit that like button, that retweet button, that subscribe button, wherever you're watching it, just hit that button, please. And just before we do get stuck in, just a disclaimer, this video is for information and education purposes only. These are not buy or sell recommendations. If you're happy with that, then please continue to watch. All right, cool. Let's get stuck in. Stan, the Godfather, take it away.
Very good. Thank you, Sam. Good morning, everyone. We have Tuesday, June 24th. And as Sam mentioned, it's almost the last week of June. We do have, I believe, June 30th, Monday of next week is the last day. But anyways, we can go over a couple of charts. I'm keeping my watch list relatively light today, given the action that we've had around CRCL, around CRWV, HIMS. So between these three, for me, that's plenty out of the gate. So I'll just zone in on those. I have NVIDIA here up on the screen. I like to keep NVIDIA as part of my trading day, pretty much daily, given its function in the market and its spotlight, etc. It in a way it gives me a little more confirmation into what the 30,000 view foot, or what the 30,000 foot view looks like. So NVIDIA, if the market gets heavy today, obviously so far SPY, we're hanging around VWAP. Let me just double check. Give or take just about VWAP. So we're just hanging around here. Nice gap up today on SPY. So with NVIDIA, for me, as we can see on the higher time frame, we're coming up on this 145, 146 level that has respected as resistance over the last several attempts. So I will watch this for a clear out. Maybe we open up and we do something, 146, 148, etc. And if the market turns, if SPY agrees, and this fails to follow through, then I will be looking for some sort of an entry versus the recent highs. But NVIDIA, ideally, higher the better, and then look for a fail to follow through momentum. My main watch for today, CRCL. Really nice unwinder there yesterday towards early morning around 11:30 or so, right before noon. Really decent fail there from 299 still 300s all the way down to 240s, and then it kind of chopped around, stabilized sideways for the remainder of the day. And today, as we can see, it's having trouble with VWAP. So, we opened up, gapped up a few bucks, rejected VWAP. We retested VWAP here around 265s and rejected again. So for me, the ideal trade would be some sort of a opening print, something wild like we saw yesterday, $10, $15 candles, maybe shove green for a few minutes. And as you can see, this 270s, 265s, and 270s area right here is a pretty decent congestion zone from yesterday. So if we check in with that level and it fails to follow through, then I get interested. If this thing swipes up and it firms up 265s, 270s, then there's nothing to fight on the front side. Given on a higher time frame, yes, we had a nice fail yesterday and it's failing today. But again, it's been a decent runner so far. It's in the spotlight. There's nothing that I want to jump in front of. So that is a CRCL, my main watch for today. Secondary, we have this CRWV, CRWV. Again, just like CRCL yesterday, really nice unwind, and then almost a V-shape recovery, or a little checkmark recovery there. So I will be looking for more of the same today. As you can see, VWAP has been trouble so far, similar to CRCL. So any sort of exhaustions, 170s, 180s, etc., I will be looking to trade any fail to follow through momentum from there. And the last one that I have on watch is HIMS, HIMS. Nice, pretty decent fail there yesterday, gap down and gave up about 30% of the move that we've that it has accumulated since end of April. So that was a significant haircut there yesterday, and as you can see, it remained heavy the entire day. So for me, HIMS ideally some sort of a clear out versus this 44s right over here. 44s, maybe 45s, so something like something within that $1.50 range, etc. Ideally, we clear that out, and then if it fails to follow through, then there is a possibility for a trade. So that's pretty much it for me. Just those three main tickers. That's plenty of action. I don't want any more than that. So I will pass this over to Judah.
Yep. Good morning. Jumping right into it. I'll start off with my watch list from last night. I'll run through it quick, and then I'll go over some names that came up this morning with the gap up on the markets. So Nebius, NBIS, recent IPO. It's been a great mover. Pretty much doubled. Had this little bit of a setup, and then we went up another, about 30-40% or so, and now we're just building out this flag here. Yesterday almost broke down, soaked right back up. And now we're just gapping over my trend line. So I want to see, any potential trend to join over, really it was over the 48 level, but we're, above that now. And I mean, this was really the only decent setup on my scan going into today. So this is going to be on main watch. We've got Reddit, decent volume lately. We pushed out of this base. Now we're just pulling back a little bit of decreasing volume, either a reversal today, or maybe we get one more day back down. If we do fill this gap, then potentially, we'll get ideally another day of decreasing volume, and then a potential move tomorrow. But if we start to trend off open today, then I'm interested today. AAOI, another one with pretty big volume, pushing out of this little base. We got some tight day yesterday, and now we're pushing up a little through this trend line and prior highs. So I'll just be looking for some sort of potential push. Maybe we get like a $2 move, 250 back to this 26 these keys from back here. And that's pretty much what I'd be looking for, because I still do think it needs time for any bigger move. So I'm just going to be looking to take advantage of this small action it's got going there. Apps, nothing I extremely love, but I mean, big move and big volume off of their earnings report, pretty much round tripped to prior day before that earnings. Day by day, we get decreasing volume. Ideally, I want to see a bounce off of 5, maybe back, maybe like we get 10-15% out of it. Otherwise, if we break through 5, I have no idea where this thing could go. So nothing that I'm too, excited about, but that'll be on watch. And then the last one from last night's scan was RELI. Big move, pretty much a like 300% move or so. Now we're pulling back 50%. Same thing, decreasing volume. Volume's drying up. I want to see some volume come in and start to trend back over through 2. Probably back towards, like the 250 area. Things like this I like to use, the hourlies to put some levels and peel if it's going to bounce. Then this morning, just scanned quickly on other names. We got SMR, which New York to construct first major U.S. nuclear plant in 15 years. This was out, I believe, yesterday during after hours, and then this came up this morning. So we're getting a little bit of a gap up today. If we start to trend, that would be great. I potentially look to join that. Otherwise, if we put in a tight day, that would be better off for tomorrow. Then we got just this BBAI that's starting to coil and tighten up. I really want to see it break ranges first, because we've seen what happened to RR, everyone getting chopped up in this base trying to take it, and it just completely rolls over. So I want to see it break through. And then I think that this, it's been holding well and whatnot. Joby, another one that's just gapping up, pretty choppy name, but overall, pretty big base here. If we could break out through 915 level, which is pretty much the key level, we could see that clearly. Then I'd be interested. Pretty nice overall base, and if we could build over that nines, I'd be interested. NVTS could probably also use more time, but gapping back up just a little bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. If it starts to trend over 715, 730s, then potential trend join there. That's what I got. Passing it over to Emil.
All right. Morning, everyone. So I'm watching INM this morning. Been a friendly trader so far. Still, I'm going to watch the open. Not really interested in sideways action. I would really like to see a push towards 5. That would be ideal scenario. But either way, even if it's going to lose these levels into the open, then I'm going to watch for pops at any given stage. Against pretty much 450. Or 5 later in the morning. This to me, it's looked like the one that, messing around into open. And if it's not going to give that push early in the morning, then might do it after 10:30. So sort of a trap and then fail, like we've seen so many times lately. INDO. Looking for the backside here. Yesterday been big sell off, and this morning gapping down. So far nothing, but if at some stage it's going to push against 5 or even higher, I doubt it's going to have a push towards 6, but we shall see. I'm going to be interested against red to green, see if it's going to stuff there, and then maybe taking a short for an unwind. Then IBIO. Another one I'm watching. So far already faded, but if it's going to push 115 or even higher towards 150, I'm going to be interested. Obviously, in order to be interested here, I would really like to see stuffing a few times and then losing a bit of momentum. Then yeah, I'm going to take it there. But if it's just going to push through and build up and messing around there, I'm just going to wait for a bigger stuff. And then obviously looking at this level 130 and 150-ish. So a little bit of patience there. Now at the other side of the spectrum, I'm watching CRWD. I like the daily chart here, a nice build up here with a slightly gap up. So I'm going to watch any washout versus green to red area. Ideally, it's going to slide a little bit lower and then maybe catching a bottom, and then it's going to start to perk with an opening range break after first 20 minutes or so. So that would be something that I'm interested here. NET, same thing, same sector, pretty much similar charts, gapping up yesterday, nice comeback. So again, watching dips versus 184, 183, that would be ideal, and then see if managed to bounce back, or having slightly sideways action with a push after that. Looking at Tesla, yesterday been a master breakout, and closed pretty strong. Right now it's pretty much testing yesterday highs. I would really like to see some dips versus 350-ish or green to red, and then we shall see if it's going to curl for a long trade. Other than that, not really interested here for more upside. The yesterday's move, it's pretty big, so I'm expecting slightly bit of dips or sort of consolidation in order to have another leg higher. And then last one, it's BBAI, which looks pretty decent on the daily. Yesterday, big volume, so I'm looking for a breakout here. We shall see if there is going to be any follow through. As you can see, this chart, it's sort of algo driven, so any dips, ideally towards 4, But even if it's going to build up into the green zone above 420 and then start to push higher, then I am going to be interested also. But ideally, it's going to have some dips first. So yeah, pretty much that's it for me today, guys. Good luck, and back into Sam.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great as always, and tons of variety there. Make sure you narrow that down to, and get in where you fit in. You don't need to trade all of those. Right. Thank you very much, gents. Like I said at the beginning, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, whatever it is. Do us a favor. It enables us to release more free content, which is exactly what we want to do. If you're not in IU and you're interested in joining us, we do these every single day. It's the team always mixes up. One day it'll be Nate and Emil Stan, the next day it could be 3 completely different people. So there's always tons of variety. So if you are interested in joining, message me or hit me up, or just head over to investors under